One here?
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought we were going to do the intro, too. Number 9, it's Labor Day. That means the fashion police will be reminding everyone they're not supposed to wear white until after Memorial Day. So how did this become a rule? It's hard to tell, but it likely began in the late 1800s or early 1900s. The wives of the super rich ruled high society after the Civil War. But as more people became millionaires, it was difficult to tell the difference between old money families and those who only had new money. To tell the difference, women who were already in created fashion rules that everyone in the know had to follow.
Oh, okay.
And not wearing white outside of the summer months was one of them, which meant white was for weddings and resort wear, not dinner parties in the mall. I read something recently that said, like, forget all those rules. Yeah. Wear whatever you want. You can wear winter white. That's why it's called winter white.
Exactly.
I like disagree. Disagree.
Dan,
I think,
of course you have an opinion on that. Yeah.
Now he has
opinions. Yeah.
Would you wear white pants outside of Memorial Day and Labor Day?
I would wear white pants any day of the week.
Would you really?
If I had white pants.
Oh, come on.
I know. How many pairs of white pants do you own?
I don't have, but I wouldn't wear like really light pants. I wouldn't. I mean,
say if it works for Elvis, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it sure did. Yeah. There you go.
All right, number 8. Here's the story of how the singer for the Clash drank 10 pints of beer and then ran a marathon. That is some stamina. In 1982, Joe Strummer secretly ran off to Paris without telling his bandmates, manager, or his record label. Nobody knew where he was, and some speculated it was a publicity stunt to promote their upcoming tour and album. One day, Strummer was reading a newspaper about the Paris Marathon, asked a friend if he thought they could go and do it. The friend told him he was in no shape to run, but Strummer said being on stage was just like a sport.
Wow.
So why not? So he made preparations for it, even drank 10 pints of beer the night before. He got a carbo load, you know?
Right, yeah.
And then he showed
load
up
the carbs.
and actually finished the race,
Wow.
26.2 miles. I would drop dead for sure. The next day, said he was so sore that he could not move.
Yeah.
But that's impressive that he finished it.
Yeah.
I mean, stamina is stamina.
My knees would not last even 10
Oh,
minutes.
wow. No.
Okay.
No.
Good for him.
That's amazing. Wow.
Number 7, the world's tallest outdoor elevator is in China. Here it is. It opened in 2002. It was built into the side of a cliff at the national park. It's called the Beilong Elevator. It offers stunning views of pillar-like rock formations. A lot of people say it looks like Pandora from Avatar. It has 3 double-decker lifts, takes visitors up over 1,000 feet.
Wow.
That's pretty neat. Cool.
Good stuff. All right, on to number 6. Well, a lot of people already don't like spiders, but misinformation on the internet is giving them an even worse rap. A study found nearly half of news stories about interactions with spiders contain misinformation, and that includes sensationalist language using terms like nightmare, panic, and terror. 47% also contain errors, such as false details about their anatomy, venom effects, and even images of the wrong species. Experts say a misguided dislike of spiders can hurt conservation efforts. It can also lead to people setting their house on fire trying to get rid of them, which has happened at least twice in California since 2012.
In arachnophobia, I think that happens. Where they try to get rid of the spiders.
Way.
Yeah. Easier way than burning your house
Try
down.
a gym shoe.
Yeah, something like
Or like
with a bat.
Realtor.com or something like that, where you can.
Yeah. Number 5, take a look at the Manchego tree. It's been named the most dangerous tree in the world. Christopher Columbus referred to it as fruit as the little apple of death. It looks so nice, though. The tree can be found in Mexico, the Caribbean, and southern Florida. One touch from its sap causes blisters, and a single bite of its fruit can be fatal. The toxins are so strong that even standing under the tree during a rainstorm can cause excruciating pain and skin rashes. Burning the wood is also a bad idea that releases toxins which can cause blindness. Not a lot of good going on here with this tree, but indigenous people in Florida and the Caribbean used to tie people to them to ensure slow and painful death. So that really went in a positive direction in there.
That tip from the Chamber of Commerce and Tourism.
See, look at this tree.
Look at this lovely tree. Coming in at number 4, when you see those wind turbines out in the field when you're driving, I think they look quite beautiful, but you don't realize how big they really are. This video can give you an idea as this guy enters at the bottom of the wind turbine, and this is sped up a little bit. You can see how long it takes him to get to the top of one of these things. The long ladder hall for sure. Most of these are about 300 feet high. That's about the same height as the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ladders. Wow.
So is he gonna? Oh, okay. So there's like a little
lift.
Little lift there at least.
But look at how big the inside of that is. It does.
There's even proposals for a wind farm off the southeast shoreline here in Chicago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's that one on I-65. You know, you drive down to Lafayette,
Yeah.
close to there. It's just hundreds and hundreds of them. Look at that.
So is that finally at the
Let's
top?
see the view. That's up
Wow, that is
That's neat.
staggering.
there. Wow, cool.
So wind turbines are big. Now you
Yeah,
know.
that was neat.
I know, yeah.
They are big.
Number 3, take a look at this here. There's an island in Germany where residents can use local railway tracks with their own personal self-built trains. Drivers must be at least 15 years old and have a moped license.
Mopeds.
Just enjoy this. How cool would that be? Look what I built. These are the tiny islands off the northwest coast of Germany. One of the islands used to flood all the time, so they finally built a stone dam, and that's where they also put the railroad line in. They'll take any of the few dozen inhabitants on the island over to the mainland.
How do you pass somebody who's going too slow?
That's what I was
Yeah,
wondering,
exactly.
because I always want to pass people.
Can't really pull over.
How do I get in front of this person?
Yeah, that stayed there. Didn't know that. There you go.
Well, number 2, here's a clip of Danny DeVito and his daughter Lucy reacting to some tattoos that fans have gotten of him. Tattoos of him.
That's pretty good.
Seriously?
Well,
Seriously?
okay.
Is that seriously on a foot?
And what
Oh my
a foot.
God. That is
And
a gorgeous
what a foot.
I love that foot. There's a hint of like Oswald in there.
Oh yeah, totally.
There's a little Cobblepot in that tattoo.
Oh, yeah,
Which I like
It's
a
kind
lot.
of like, it's bringing me back to when you were the penguin and you had to get the black acrylic nails put on. He would come home with them, just these 3. I was young, I was a child, and I remember you taking my hand and I just gone, stop it!
Yeah.
That's the way.
Get away!
Come home from work and
No!
scare the out of your kids.
No!
Oh, that's funny.
And you can watch the whole video on GQ's YouTube page.
And finally, number 1, there's a long-running prank show that originated in France called Just for Laughs, and here's a good one.
And they had to move fast, huh? As soon as he was going. You get it.
Confusion.
Oh, those wacky French.
Bathroom to the boardroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like an adventurous morning.